Chronic traumatic encephalopathy is a degenerative brain disease found in people with multiple head injuries. Recently, CTE is becoming a household term in both college and professional football. CTE begins when a protein forms in clumps that spread through the brain, killing the cells. Early symptoms of CTE include impulse control problems, aggression, depression, and paranoia. Doctors can find signs of CTE in patients in their late 20s and early 30s, but symptoms worsen as the disease progresses. Some patients suffer memory loss, confusion, impaired judgment, and dementia in their 40s or 50s. While changes in patients' cognition and behavior appear early, doctors can't officially diagnose the disease until performing a brain tissue analysis after a patient's death. More than 100 former NFL players have been diagnosed with CTE, including Jovan Belcher, Junior Seau, Mike Webster, and most recently, Aaron Hernandez. Hernandez is one of the youngest to be diagnosed with CTE after committing suicide at the age of 27. Researchers say the damage to his brain was that of a person well into their 60s. These findings raise speculation about the root of his unstable and violent behavior. Shortly after signing a $40 million contract with the New England Patriots in 2013, jurors convicted Hernandez of murdering one of his friends and two others. In late September, Hernandez's estate filed a lawsuit seeking damages to compensate his 4-year-old daughter, alleging the NFL knew repeated head injury could lead to brain disease. Back in 2013, the NFL agreed to pay $765 million to settle a similar lawsuit brought by nearly 5,000 players and their families. The threat of CTE encouraged the NFL to make the game safer and caused players like Chris Borland and broadcasters like Ed Cunningham to walk away from the sport. The Broncos got an extra week of rest and relaxation before the New York Giants visit Mile High on Sunday night. But the Giants weren't so lucky. In the fourth quarter of the Giants' loss 27-22 to the Los Angeles Chargers, team doctors carted New York star Odell Beckham Jr. off the field. Beckham fractured his left ankle trying to make a catch and will undergo surgery later this week, ending his season. The Giants weren't the only team to suffer a big-name injury either. Fans watching Sunday Night Football saw Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt go down with an apparent knee injury. Watt fell to the ground when he tried to get his first sack of the season, and now he won't have another chance. He underwent surgery Monday to repair a tibial plateau fracture and won't be back on the field this year. Injuries can be devastating in the NFL. The Broncos hope to evade the woes of the Texans and Giants Sunday night in Denver. Kickoff is set for 6:30 p.m.
After a year-long NCAA investigation, UNC President Kay Norton announced 9 allegations of misconduct against former men's basketball coaches at UNC. The allegations against the coaches included academic misconduct, improper financial inducements, and ethical violations involving not being truthful during the investigation. 8 of the 9 allegations are Level 1 violations, the most serious type. The other allegation is a Level 2 violation. Norton sent out an email to the entire campus Monday afternoon describing the allegations from the NCAA investigation. A 21-page document given to the university clearly identified 3 areas in which UNC's men's basketball program is alleged to have broken the rules. The first of the 3 areas was academic misconduct. Former UNC head coach B.J. Hill, former assistant coaches Ryan Martin, Sean Ellis, Logan Bean, and former graduate assistant Anthony Urisha were all accused of academic misconduct. The NCAA alleges each of the coaches completed academic work for prospective student athletes, which subsequently led them to enroll, practice, and compete ineligibly at UNC. The second of the 3 categories was improper financial inducements. The investigation alleges Hill, Bean, and former assistant coach Joel Davidson all knowingly supplied at least $7,000 in impermissible aid to pay for course fees and recruitment expenses. None of the money paid for courses at UNC. Finally, the report accused Martin and former assistant coach Eric Murphy of ethical violations by not being truthful during the investigation. The report accused Davidson of being uncooperative with the investigation by refusing to submit an interview or provide relevant information needed for the NCAA investigation. President Norton said the university accepted the allegations in the notice and immediately self-imposed several punishments. These punishments include a postseason ban for the current basketball season, a financial penalty of $5,000 plus 2% of the program's budget, a reduction of a total of 3 financial aid awards provided to the athletes until the 2018-2019 academic year, plus recruiting restrictions until the 2018-2019 academic year. The recruiting restrictions include 4 fewer official visits, 8 weeks prohibition on unofficial visits, a total of 7 weeks prohibition on recruiting communications, and a 20-day reduction in off-campus recruiting activities. Norton stated that these penalties are a result of the former coaches of the program and not what the university has done through its academics. She also said because the university fully cooperated with the NCAA and imposed these bans immediately when officials learned of the violations, the program can heal properly under new head coach Jeff Linder. In spite of the seriousness of the allegations, the NCAA complimented UNC for exemplary cooperation through the investigation and said the university's cooperation should serve as a model of institutional cooperation.
Only 2 teams remain, and it's finally time for one of the biggest sporting events of the year. Whether you're watching for Justin Timberlake's halftime performance or to see who takes home the Lombardi Trophy, Super Bowl 52 promises not to disappoint. The New England Patriots hope to bring home Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's 6th ring. The Philadelphia Eagles look to soar home with their first Lombardi Trophy.
And Sports Illustrated predicts the Pats to win 27-19. The Madden game, which has correctly predicted 10 of the last 14 big games, sees the Patriots by just 4 points. According to our Twitter poll, 60% of our followers picked the Eagles. But I don't know if that's a prediction so much as a hope. What do you think, Brittany? Do you think the Patriots will be able to pull through?
I think that if the Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles, who showed up against Minnesota, show up on Sunday, that they have a chance to take down Brady and Belichick. You can catch all the action Sunday at 4:30 on NBC and catch the highlights right here next week.